So you've just opened the StoreKit-2 file in Xcode. Most iOS devs think that this is some quirky testing toy, but that's wrong. This is one of Apple's greatest gifts to the dev community, but almost no one is utilizing the full strength of this wonderful file. Over the next few minutes, I'm going to show you the good, making successful purchases, the bad, handling error states and other problems that happen with your purchases, and the ugly, all those edge cases like asking a parent for a purchase or purchases that come in late and how to test them with this StoreKit file. Plus, I'm going to show you 7 tricks that most tutorials won't show you. And we're going to start with one of the best ones. It's how to add and test products without ever leaving Xcode. I'm Joshua, and this is StemFox.io, and this is video 2 of my series on StoreKit 2. You can watch part 1, it's in the playlist, or you can just watch this one cold. Before the days of StoreKit 2, when you wanted to test purchases, you had to create test accounts, which you would then would be Apple accounts that you have to log into on your devices. And that was the only way to test it. But with StoreKit 2, we can actually do this on the simulator. So let's say we had a paywall like this, and we want to test these purchases. How do we do that? The first thing you do is we have to add our StoreKit file. So I've added one here already, and it looks just like this. The cool thing is that StoreKit files are actually just JSON. So if you go open as source code, you can see that it's just a big JSON file. Pretty simple, easy to understand. To add a new StoreKit file, you hit Command N, and we just can type in our filter here, StoreKit, and hit Next. We can call this our products 2. In our case. Now, the cool thing is you have this view right here. You can actually sync this with your App Store Connect. So if you've already set up stuff online, you can use that setup already. But in this case, I don't have this app. This doesn't exist anywhere else, which makes this even easier. I don't have to rely on anything in App Store Connect. You go next, you can hit the create file here. Now I've got my products 2, and I can just hit this plus to add a new consumable, non-consumable, whatever I want. So I'm going to add a new auto-renewable subscription. So I'm going to create a new group because this doesn't exist. So this is premium. Next, reference name. So this is annual. There's my thing, my yearly. This is going to be a yearly subscription. There you go. And this is the cool thing. Look at all the different configurations we can work on with this type. And I can just add another one. Let's say I want to do another auto-renewable subscription. I'm going to add it to my premium group. And this one's going to be monthly, like this, pro monthly. And that's going to have a monthly subscription. And boom, I've added another one. Let's say I wanted to add a non-consumable in-app purchases, which is like a lifetime. And I'm going to just do product 2, lifetime. Great. And look at all these things that I've added. I'm let's change the price. I want to make this, $99.99. Almost $100. And I'm not going to allow you to share with your family. My annual price is $37.99. My monthly price, let's say it's $5.99 a month. That's great. So now, how do I use this in my app? Well, one of the things I need to do is when I build on my simulator, I need to edit my scheme. And then here in your options, you need to select the StoreKit configuration. See the StoreKit configuration right here? So I can do the StoreKit 2 products, the one I've just done. I can do my old one. I'm going to choose the one that existed just because I know that's actually set up correctly. And here we go. So that's going to be the paywall. So Unlock Pro. Here I got my monthly access, my lifetime access. Ooh, let's do subscribe monthly. So I'm going to subscribe and come up with our little sheet. Here we go. And you can tell this right. You see down here says, for testing purposes only, you will not be charged for confirming this. That is perfect. That's exactly what we want. And it says Xcode up here, gives you an idea of where this purchase is going to. So I'm going to hit subscribe. Ooh, yay. It worked. And again, it says environment Xcode. That's perfect. All set. Purchases are done. Now I've unlocked this. I can be done here. Oh, yay. I've got everything unlocked. I'm the best. So that was an overview of just how to use and add a StoreKit 2 file and use it in your project. Now let's see how we can use this to really accelerate our actions as we work on an app. So let's say I wanted to add Pro to this. So you see here my StoreKit products. I don't have my yearly subscription. Let's say we wanted to add an annual subscription to this StoreKit 2. Let's go through and see how that's going to work. First, you'd go into our product IDs and we would add our annual and then add it to our enum alt cases here. Next, we would want to go through, I'm going to copy this ID because we're going to need that. We're going to add that to our StoreKit file. So I'm going to go back down here. I'm going to add an auto renewable subscription. I'm going to call it my Pro membership. Here's my reference is going to be annual. And I'm going to add the same ID there. And let's change this subscription to be 1 year. Done. And I'm going to rename that right up here. I'm going to do Pro annual. And let's make that $37.99 a year. The next thing we need to do is update our paywall. So we're going to update the couple of places. Is it already owned? That's where we're checking if the ID is in there. And we got to check out here in our entitlement manager and make sure we are handling it here. So we're going to add product ID Pro annual. Perfect. Now let's look through here. Let's see how our canvas works. Does it look correct? So what did we forget? Well, we forgot to localize it because we can do everything that is in App Store Connect, we're able to do and have to do in our StoreKit 2 file. So you see here how we have this display. What does this call? The display name. Well, the display name is a localization. Same with the description. That's why neither of these are showing for our Pro product. To do that, we need to go back in here to our Pro annual. And if we go down here, we see our localizations. Here we have English. We don't have a display name, so we should probably add that. So English display name, Pro annual. Description unlocks the Pro features. We're going to save that. Now, if we go back into our paywall view, it's going to re-render. And did it not save? Go back to the paywall view. And bada bing, bada boom. We've got it all. We've got the name and we've got the description. Now that we've added it, we need to test it. This is where StoreKit 2 files come in really handy because before you'd have to do all that work with these test accounts and then switching back between settings. You don't have to do that here. You can just build and run, load up a simulator, not a device, and we can go, oh, hey, I'd like to unlock Pro. I've just added my Pro annual, so I'm going to subscribe. Oh, good. Subscribe, click. Okay, it's going to come up with our little action sheet. Here it comes in 3, 2, 1, 0. Bada bing. Oh, look, I want to subscribe. Ding. Oh, great. We're done. And we've unlocked it. Now, the cool thing is that we can go in here. See this little button here called Manage StoreKit Transactions. This is while it's running. You can also go up into our debug if you wanted to and look at this, but it pulls up this window of all our transactions. So here we go. I've got this transaction that I just did. My subscription options. Oh, look, I subscribe to Pro Annual. I can cancel the subscription from here because the user might cancel their subscriptions. I can manage that right here. But now I just verified that, hey, they have purchased it and it is unlocked. Now, the first tip I want to share with you is that if we go into our StoreKit file, what you can actually do is, see this, it says dialogues here. You can say not enabled. So I'm going to remove our transaction that we did here. I'm going to delete it. That basically resets our app. We're going to rerun it. Here it comes. I'm going to unlock Pro again, and I'm going to hit, we're going to do monthly this time, and it's going to hit subscribe. Now, if you notice, the dialog did not come, but it is active. We have unlocked our Pro monthly. If you go in here into our view, we are now subscribed to a monthly subscription. And I didn't have to click that. So if you're doing a lot of testing, it's super easy to just click on it and be done. And you don't have to click, click, click. It's just simplifying your testing. Now, the next little trick I want to show you, and this is not really widely known, is that this is actually just a JSON file. So if you say open as source code, you see all the JSON, and you can, it makes it actually very easy for your AI agents to edit this and update this and create this. It's really quite nice for those things. I've changed this back so we're looking at the StoreKit configuration, not the JSON. And I'm going to show you how to now test the bad, the error states. The StoreKit up here in the configuration setting, you can actually make it do errors. So like, let's say I want to have a network error while they're trying to load the product. So I'm going to open up, run the simulator again, and we're going to try to unlock Pro. Uh-oh, nope, couldn't load the products. It says it right here. Good. We're handling that error the way we expect to. Let's say I wanted to test another one. Let's say I wanted to test purchases. What happens when the user tries to purchase something and it fails? Okay, well, let's quickly check that scenario. Loaded it up. I'm going to try to unlock Pro. Hey, they want to do a lifetime access. Unlock. Okay, click. It's going to load up the thing. Waiting the nonsense of this. Okay, good. Purchase, click, done. Oh, operation couldn't be completed. Great, we got the error, and it even tells us the error that Apple's going to send us. Tip number 3 is this live transactions window. I've already showed you it once, but you can just come in here and we can see how that transaction, look, that last transaction failed. And that actually is going to become very handy because there are other tricky states that we need to be able to retry, like ask to buy. And that brings us to the ugly. We want to be able to handle all those edge cases. So I'm going to take off this network issue and I'm going to say, hey, we're going to do an ask to buy and I'm going to enable it. Now we're going to run this again. We're going to get our confirmation dialog here. We're going to say subscribe and it's going to say ask permission. Well, this is perfect. This is exactly what I want to do. How do we handle that? I'm going to say ask. Okay, now so I've asked, I haven't been subscribed. So if I'm done, it still isn't unlocked. So if we open up our StoreKit manager, we've got this open again. We see here's that transaction we just did. And oh, look, it's got a little thing here saying, hey, we need to deal with this. So it's this type of subscription. Yep, that's the one we were looking at. And look, we got these 2 buttons here. I can approve the transaction or I can decline it. And if you look here, state pending ask to buy. So I'm going to say, let's approve of it. If we go back to our simulator, we can see how this all played out. Look, we've unlocked. We've handled that case. It just came through. That is fantastic. Tip number 7 is that we can actually precede transactions. So let's delete these. And we're going to go rerun our app, show that it's not subscribed. Oh, great. We're not subscribed. Now I'm going to stop that. We're going to quickly go back into that window. I'm going to add a transaction. And this is simulating, hey, maybe they purchase this on another device. I'm going to go like that. I'm going to say 1. This is the purchase date. Done. Great. They have now done that purchase. I'm going to put that in and see what happens. Are we handling the startup case correctly? And boom, it unlocks. I didn't have to do anything. The next tip I want to show you is you can actually speed up time. This is a cool thing that you can see here. You got the subscription renewal rate. Right now it's set to real time. But you can say, hey, you know what? I want my monthlies to be every hour. And then you can check to make sure that it's renewing. So let's say monthlies are every renewal is every 2 seconds. So we're going to get a lot. We're going to make sure that we're processing these quite quickly. So I'm going to go back in here. I've now deleted it so that we don't have that all-time subscription. And we're going to go in and make our monthly subscription. Or here we go, monthly. All right, now let's go and look at this. We're going to subscribe, unlock. We're going to do annual. I'm going to hit subscribe. That's great. Successful. Done. It's all unlocked. And now if we come back into Xcode and we look at our purchase, every couple of seconds we should get another one here. Oh, look, here we go. Boom, that one expired because that was already a year has passed. Oh, look, here's another year has passed. and another one, and another one. And it's so useful to make sure that we're handling these cases. All right, the next thing I want to show you is that you can actually change your storefronts. So I've got a default storefront, and it's United States, but let's say I wanted to say that was Ukrainian, and let's change the translation. Let's see how that looks in our app. Load it up again. Here we go. Let's look at it. And oh, look, we've added a pro annual, but that is not translated. But our other ones look great. We just need to check this translation here for the one that we added earlier in this video. But look, we even got the number is correctly translated. They're using a comma, not a decimal point. Ooh, that looks great there. But our call to actions are not translated, but the in-app purchases themselves are. So if you're still using the sandbox testing and canceling things by hand, going through settings, going back to your app, please take a moment to learn how to use the StoreKit file. It can really speed up your development, really make things easier for you. It's a pro move. It can save you a lot of time in your dev and checking all those tricky edge cases that you need to ship a quality app. So if you haven't already, take time and add a StoreKit file to your project and go through these testing scenarios and see how fast you can get going. Are you a .storekit-first or are you a sandbox-first tester? Let me know in the comments. The code for this project is in the description. Check it out. In our next episode, we're going to take everything you just saw and automate it. That way, you'll never have to click through this again. You can set up your CI to just run the test every time before you want to deploy. If you want to see the rest of the StoreKit 2 series, hit like and subscribe.